Hello friends, near and far, dear to my heart. I'm Victoria with Aligned Soul Tarot. This reading will be for Pisces. Happy birthday. It's going to be for Pisces and all Pisces placements found within your birth chart or wherever you have 12th house influence in your chart. If you are unfamiliar with any of those placements, just know that I offer personalized birth chart readings and synastry chart readings for relationships. These sessions are deeply insightful and offer clarity for your inquiries. Each session includes a comprehensive 2-question tarot spread, detailed birth chart notes, and we get to dive into the archetypes hidden within your birth chart. Each reading, you also get a private pre-recorded video that you can reflect back on at any given moment. Explore my services further below. In this reading, we will discuss astrology specifically for your sun and ascendant signs, tarot, and oracle messages. Your love reading will be linked in the description box below. There always seems to be some crossover, and I highly encourage you to watch both readings for all your placements to get a deeper perspective. We are in Pisces season. Happy birthday. This is a month of dreams, imagination, and culmination as we plant and sow new seeds into spring. Depending on where you are in the world, these seasonal shifts may look and appear different, but it all reflects change on the cyclical wheel of life. We have a full moon lunar eclipse in Libra to mark this new landscape we are entering. During eclipses, it's crucial to pay attention to your north and south nodes. So I'm offering a special this month, and I'm running it to the end of March, a $20 lunar node reading where we focus on your natal lunar nodes and how they're being activated during this period, right? This is a 1.5-year cycle. Each reading includes a comprehensive tarot spread, personalized notes, and an opportunity for you to get some support and ask me questions. Details can be found in the description box below, as well as all my other services. Pisces season really asks us to get in touch and in tune with ourselves. What have we encountered since our last eclipse, right, in October? Pisces wants you to go deep into the uncomfortably comforting abyss, deepening our connections with ourselves and others with no strings attached, untethered and free. We may feel a little dreamy, and this is exactly where the magic happens. Now, Pisces, let's get into your reading. Hi, Pisces, and welcome to this space. All right, Pisces, let's dive into the astrology for the month. Okay, so if you've been following me for some time, you know about the Pluto transit into Aquarius. If you don't know about that, I highly encourage you to look back at February's reading. Of course, there is always this timeless effect with tarot in the readings. Astrology, it's evolutionary. So if you're new, take a peek back at the last month. And also maybe even October, because that's when we had our last eclipse. So those October and February were monumental in a lot of ways. And it's shaping and shifting what's happening currently, okay? So let's start off with all this Piscean energy. We do have a little bit of blend of this Aquarius kind of bleeding out and trickling into March, but predominantly Pisces, the spotlight's now on you. We're entering the void. I love Pisces energy. My father's a Pisces, my midheaven's in Pisces. I just really love March. I feel the energies of spring and everything that's blooming and changing and shifting. And again, depending on where you are in the world, it looks a little different, but it's still change, right? In all its beautiful forms and facets. So March is one of my favorite months. We get to get really dreamy, right? And intentional about our dreams and aspirations, especially with eclipses. It's a very focused energy when the lunar nodes are activated. So for you, the full moon on March 25th, actually 24th, 25th, we're going to be feeling it retrospectively a good week prior, and even all month, I would say. And again, after. It's usually a good, I would say, month before and after that we start to feel the energies kind of intensify. Okay, so with that being said, this lunar eclipse is going to be highlighting your 8th house. What does 8th house mean? In a nutshell, 8th house is this Plutonic energy that, again, there's a crossover there in February. The 8th house is all things hidden. It's a bit of the taboo, has to do with sex, has to do with our primalistic nature. And also death, rebirth, also crisis, right? This Plutonic energy that's found, Scorpionic energy. So you could really be going deep into your shadow, okay? Or maybe some sort of shadow is heightened. Again, eclipses can be erratic and radical. And so there is a little bit discomfort there, but the 8th house is asking you to be able to sit with the discomfort, okay? We do have Mercury in your sign. We have Saturn in your sign, Neptune, your ruling planet, in your sign. And then March 11th, Venus is going to be going into your sign. So how beautiful. I'm going to mainly focus on that. And then, yeah, it's a ton of this Pisces energy. So first house, right? First house for most of the month. First house talks about our vitality, our ego, how we see ourselves, right? Ascendant is how others see us, but the sun is that inner critic, right? And it is a little bit about, like, you know, ego death in a way, tied to that correlation with the 8th house. Understanding your ego, understanding that it is innately a part of you and it's not going to go away anytime soon. So when they say death of ego, a lot of people are like, I got to get rid of my ego. You know, it's like, no, actually, it's a part of the human experience. It's just learning how to understand and differentiate what is your ego and what is your soul, right? Your pure essence. Aligned with soul is my tarot channel. So I firmly believe in that, you know, getting more connected with your soul. And in that process, we have to understand our shadow, we have to understand our light, and we also have to understand how our ego is incorporated in all that. So there is definitely this highlight of that. But there's a sense of vitality when you have all these planets in your sign, a little bit more harmonious, more fluid, more flow. And with that, depending on where you are in your spiritual journey, it can feel a bit intense, right? For some, if you really are seasoned and you understand your spiritual self, then it can feel very blissful. But if you are a bit disconnected and you're going through something, which most of us are, we're humans, there can be a bit of an intensity to that, right? With all this first house influence, okay? So again, 8th house at the end of the month, you could be dealing with a Scorpio, but you also have this new moon on the 10th in your sign. So it is so crucial for you, Pisces, with this new moon to, again, plant those seeds of intention. I would highly encourage you to practice some sort of new moon ritual for yourself. What's coming to mind is even like getting to know your shadow, right? Even getting to know your ego. You can even like put a face to it. If you're a painter, you know, this Piscean energy is very creative and dreamy. So like journaling, painting, drawing out like the depictions of what those parts of you look like. So then you can identify it more and it can become more relatable. Okay, so that could be a practice that you do on the new moon. Even writing out the characteristics of your ego. Times that you felt that your ego helped you or didn't help you. And again, also our shadow, fears, worry, guilt, and almost like sending off like a letter to those parts of you. And like, I'm getting the Ho'oponopono prayer, like, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me. So the Ho'oponopono prayer, I can link that below for you. That might be very beneficial if you haven't heard of it, to just listen to it on the new moon, especially, and on the full moon, right? Because this eclipse energy it's heightened. Okay, so let's get into your reading here. We're going to pull from the Wild Unknown archetypes. We're going to see what card wants to come out for you, Pisces. Let's see. Here we go. You got 3. The Father, the Queen. Okay, so we have masculine and feminine. You could be dealing with a pair. But okay, the first message I'm getting here is there could be some correlation to the Father, and that could be found in the 8th house of like some sort of trauma or shadow aspect to masculine energy. You yourself, right, have both. So whoever you are, whether male, female, whatever you identify as, non-binary, okay, there is this masculine energy that's showing up here, okay? And the tree is reminding me of being rooted, right, grounded. You also have the forest here. So there is something about nature in general, trees. We are in a dragon wood year. Dragon energy is highly creative, fiery, ambitious. Paired up with the wood element, think about, I'm literally looking at my table right now. Think about around you how many things are made of wood. Isn't it just amazing how crucial that element is and how much it has structured and shaped our whole life, right? Our houses, our furniture, our, our tools, our appliances. So it's like, maybe even for you, dealing with wood in some way. I'm also getting a message that might not be for everyone, like your father was a carpenter, or carpentry work of some sort. I do have the mystic here as well, which is, this Piscean kind of high priestess, intuitive energy. Butterflies could be of importance to you as well. I'm actually being called to read for the Father here. So another message that's coming through for you, Pisces, it doesn't have to be your father, but it could be the father of your children. There could be something very significant this month having to do with a masculine person. Okay, so let's open up here. I'm going to read from the book for you for a brief moment. Bear with me because this is like a huge deck. A funny story if you want to hear it. I actually, when I bought this deck, it did not come with the book. That's what happens when you buy stuff online. So I had to actually go and print it out for myself. And yeah, it's massive. And I also had some hiccups here with the paper's getting kind of mixed up, so I have to actually go through and organize it better. But here we go, the Father. Alongside the mother, the Father resides in the central axis of the archetypal family. The Father embodies both light and dark aspects of the masculine. Thus, he is an infinitely dynamic and complex. His energy is strong and regal, embodying such virtues as honesty, wisdom, and loyalty. Yet, ironically and simultaneously, the Father is often absent, literally or emotionally. Okay, so this could be something that you're working through. Through absence or action, the Father eventually reveals that he is neither a king nor a god, but a human being with many flaws and many wounds. He is both the guardian and the one who leaves us to the wolves. Here, yet gone, the champion and the failure, the Father can never resolve or escape this duality. It is inherent in the archetype itself. Witnessing the Father's limitations allows the child to grow beyond the family and into the world. So there is something around a father wound is what I'm getting, okay? And there is something about understanding masculine energy. And that, again, we hold both. We put masculine on this pedestal. We think of the patriarchy and, these old systems that we are starting to understand. Maybe there's a little bit of a not so much balance when it comes to masculine and feminine energy. And understanding that the Father, the masculine, is human, right? Just like anything else. So there's something about putting someone on a pedestal even, and recognizing that simultaneously the Father can be a mixed bag, right? Just like all of us, doesn't matter. Okay, and the Mystic, I feel like this is centralized in like your intuition. Again, first house influence for you, everything is going to be very heightened. And depending on where you are in that connection with yourself, it can feel a bit scary. Your last month's message was a lot around the deep, dark abyss of the 12th house and how you're going deep. Like, imagine going off into the deep end of the pool, you know, as a child especially. All right, let's pull from the Light Seers deck. What's the messages for Pisces for the month of March? Please like, comment, subscribe. It really helps this channel grow, and it helps get this reading out to more people. 10 of Wands there, okay. Let's see what else. What's going on? Queen of Pentacles. What do we have for Pisces? Please show me what I need to see for the Pisces collective. Pisces for March. Please show me what I need to see. Okay, we're going to start here. Powerful cards. You have a lot of major arcanas here. King of Wands on the bottom with the Four of Cups in the World. Emperor. Yes, definitely a strong message of father. The Emperor is a father figure, right? You think of the Emperor, Empress. They are the mother and father within the major arcana. They are like the first staples of the Fool's journey. That kind of shape the Fool and who they are and their identity, right? Think of us as little sponges, you know, especially with the Four of Cups. It's just emphasizing the 4th house, which talks about the first 7 years of our life. So there is something around a father here. Again, even if it is a partner, a father to your children, there is always crossover. And there's a lot of studies out there in psychology of how we attract our parents in some way. There's like trauma bonding, right? We're trying to resolve some sort of issue that maybe we had growing up with a figure, especially for you, Pisces, a father figure. So then that is therefore reenacted in your relationships. And they don't just have to be intimate. This can be friends, colleagues, mentors, etc. And then you start to understand the negatives, the positives of masculinity, right? And who's showing up. You could very well be dealing with a fire sign. Aries is showing up very strongly, but it could also be Leo or Sagittarius that's present. That could be your father, the father of your children, or you yourself, okay? This could look very different. This is a general reading. If you want to go more in detail, you know where to find my information below, okay? And the World is also here. So this is looking like someone that you were maybe in a dynamic with the Two of Cups in reverse, okay? But not for everyone. Two of Cups does not have to be a love bond. It could simply just mean a bond with anyone, okay? So let's get into your spread here. We have the Queen of Pentacles, the Magician in reverse, the Death. We have the Three of Cups and the Star, okay? So right in the middle, smack dab in the middle, you got the 8th house influence. So very much so about transformation. Again, I highly encourage you, if you haven't watched for February's reading, I really highlighted the Pluto and Aquarius energy, which is the Scorpionic energy, okay? How you handle crisis. Also, King of Wands, ego. You know, when I think of the King of Wands, he's definitely got himself a good ego. And he knows how to get what he wants. He's very charming, very witty. This could be some learned behavior that you learned through your father, you know, how to get what you want. And this can be a bit manipulative, but also it can be, you know, it depends on the spectrum, right? You know, it depends on what we're trying to gain from this. You know, if it's playful and fun, which the King of Wands can definitely be, but and it's upright. So I'm suggesting more of this not being out of balance. But again, the focus point is our ego and how we can use that to our advantage, but also how it can be a disadvantage. There's a balance there. When there's a king or queen that shows up, it is all about this dualism, right? But when they show up right, it's usually showcasing a strong balance within oneself, especially confidence is at the forefront here, okay? So you could have learned a lot from a father around your confidence. But again, it can look very different, right, to each of you. The Queen of Pentacles and the Magician in reverse. I actually want to clarify who this is. So you could be dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and the Magician is Gemini. Okay, so we have Scorpio, Gemini, Earth sign, Aquarius, and we have water here as well with the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups, I want to find it in this deck and see what's around it real quick because I want to see what exactly is going on. So give me one moment here. Thank you for being patient with me. I want to see what's surrounding, because the Three of Cups can mean a lot of different things, okay? Just like most of the cards. Wow, is it really at the end? Okay, so it's right near Knight of Cups, Two of Wands. Okay. This is specifically Cancer energy as well. So Cancer is being highlighted. Okay, so there is some sort of choice potentially around some sort of reunion. A Three of Cups can mean a celebration, a reunion. But let's dive into this Queen of Pentacles before I go there. So I want to know who this is. I'm sensing it's you, but again, there's two people here. Okay, the King of Pentacles just flew out. So yeah, it's definitely you. Or you are a part of this dynamic, because I'm seeing a masculine and a feminine showing up here, okay? Queen to the King of Pentacles. It looks like this is, you know, a marriage of some sort, right? A commitment. You don't have to legally be married, but this is a physical, 3D, tangible relationship where you have built something together, right? Earth energy is very practical. You could own a business with this person. It could be many different things, but it's looking like the Queen of Pentacles, whether you're male or female, place your role as you see fit. There is something that is overgiving, overbearing, right? Queen of Pentacles in reverse, it's kind of like the Empress in reverse when I think of that earthly energy, because Empress is the queen of all queens, but her domain is Taurus, Venusian energy, okay? There's something about overgiving, codependency, which is being highlighted in this lunar node activation, full moon in Libra. Libra's in the South node, which is talking about South node's not all negative, right? It's just we're trying to move as we evolve into our North node. But we also have to take the lessons of the South node. It usually represents parts of us that are very familiar, but we have to kind of evolve, right? So when you see Libra in South node, you think about some of the qualities of Libra that we have to outgrow. People pleasing, codependent, always wanting peace, you know, at all costs. And again, Pluto shifting into Aquarius is like, we're going to talk about it. We're not only going to talk about it, but we're also going to think about everyone involved here, right? Aquarius is the humanitarian as well as Pisces. So it's like we have to start thinking more holistically. We have to start thinking as a unit. So there is some sort of imbalance here with the masculine energy. They are upright. The Queen, though, there's something within this dynamic that is creating this shift, okay? That's being realized. Especially with the Magician next to it. It's like feeling powerless. Also a sense of manipulation here. Gemini, literally, it could be dealing with, but doesn't have to be. They also could have Gemini in their chart. So this is why I always encourage people to get birth chart readings. With my readings, you also get a tarot spread. So it's a 2-in-1, you know, it's, again, a more holistic view of the situation. Okay, so Gemini, a Magician with a Death. This could also be a fear of change, feeling powerless to this change. But I want you to know, even given this message here, there is something so beautiful here. Three of Cups, Star. Okay, there's something about a friend group, family. There's support here in this dynamic outside of it, this powerlessness, this change that might feel so big and so strong. But it's almost like you asked for it is what I'm getting here, because the star doesn't show up for just anyone. You know, this is something that you hoped and wished upon the star. So what is that for you? What have you been praying about? What have you been trying to manifest? Again, what are the seeds that you are sowing and how are you fertilizing them? How are you giving back to yourself as well, Pisces? With the Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, this is very much about being nurturing, being grounded, being practical, slowing down, right? Steady. And also the King of Wands, it's like learning how to hold back from being impulsive even and making choices that are going to benefit you long term. Because that can be also showcased in the Magician in reverse. They can be a bit careless. You know, the Magician has all the tools. But in reverse, it's like they don't know how to use them, right? They could be using them for the wrong reasons. Again, manipulative reasons. Scare tactics is what I'm hearing. So be careful. Also be careful what you wish for is what I'm hearing. Interesting. Be careful what you wish for because we are in a eclipse month. And it's, again, ton of Pisces energy. So you are like a sponge. All right, let's see here from the soul's journey. What are some of the main core lessons that Pisces is going to be learning this month with this eclipse? Let's see here. Balance. Ooh, self-esteem. Yeah, see, there's the King of Wands. The King of Pentacles knows their worth, knows their value, and they know they have a lot to give, right? Especially with the King and Queen of Pentacles. That's the main focus, I think, for you this month. Even if you are not dealing with an earth sign or you don't have any earth in your chart, but it might be important for you to look where you have earth in your chart, okay? Because that is going to be activated. You might be pleasantly surprised that you have a north or south node in an earth sign. Take advantage of that $20 sale. We could look into that. So there's something about balance and self-esteem here. Again, King and Queen of Pentacles, they're very grounded. They don't need outside influence. They don't need people to tell them, oh, praise, you know. It's like, I feel good. I feel good in my body. I feel good about myself. And this could be something that you're starting to realize is outside praise is not everything. Of course, we want to belong. We want to feel good. We want to feel loved. But there is something about finding that balance within yourself, first and foremost, okay? I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. Self-esteem is saying I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others, which is very much Piscean energy. It's right. Aquarius, Pisces are at the end of the wheel, 11th to 12th, which is more of this collective energy, humanitarian, thinking about the bigger picture, trying to expand our horizons, but also not over giving to the point. You know, that's the downside of Pisces. They can be the martyr. So you have to really learn how to find that balance there. That Queen of Pentacles in reverse of, okay, how much can I truly give? And it's okay to have healthy boundaries and to say no. I did a reading on my channel, Saturn in Pisces. You can look back. It was about March last year. If you haven't found that on my channel, check it out. There's some information there for you. Okay, let's pull from the Moonology here. Let's see what messages we have for you, Pisces. And then we're going to take this over to the love reading. You can find that link below if you'd like to get a love message. There is some crossover for sure, but if you're not looking for a love message, then, you know, you don't have to. You don't have to listen in on that one. I also do extendings on Patreon. And I'm going to be doing a special this month on for my Patreon members. I'm going to be doing a the eclipse reading. An all signs eclipse reading. Let's see here. Ooh, I got two here. Look at the bigger picture. Yes, there's something about a limited belief system. Look at the bigger picture. Try to see outside of your scope of vision. Gather information. Yeah, balance, spiritual and practical. What else do we have for Pisces? Let's see. Also on Patreon, you get access to all 12 zodiac signs. So you can watch for all your placements. Those are more love focused, but I am growing that channel and I'll be doing a lot of support around eclipse season on that channel. So if you're needing that extra assistance and support, I highly encourage you to follow me over there. With your Patreon membership, you also get 20% off my readings all the time. Okay? Pisces, what do we have for you, Pisces? It's time to take action. Your hard work is paying off. Yeah, also with the King and Queen of Pentacles, it is about work. You know, they're very resourceful. And they know how to give. They don't give, you know, all of themselves. There's a healthy balance there with that earth energy. And I do feel like that is one of the core messages with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, is someone has been overgiving for quite some time and they now feel weak with the Magician in reverse. They feel powerless. You have to fill your own cup, Pisces. You have to have healthy boundaries. Saturn in Pisces, this is what it's teaching you. I highly encourage you to check that reading. I'm actually going to link it in the description box below, as well as the Ho'oponopono prayer. So you can find that below, but it's a time to take action. You can't play the victim. We have to step into this Aries North Node. Look at that, Aries North Node energy. We're learning how to be radical free thinkers, be autonomous. And also with this Aries Libra axis, we're also learning about healthy competition, because both Libra and Aries have this very competitive nature. Aries is more straightforward, but Libra, again, it's this competition for attention and also to create a level of harmony and balance, right? So there is, again, a checking of the ego of why. Why do we feel that we have to manipulate or coerce a situation to work in our advantage? So there is something around competition here around these lunar nodes, okay? You can also check out, again, October's readings. I did a lot of heavy deep dive into what Aries North Node means and also what the lunar node, South Node in Libra is, okay? I hope to find you over on my love reading on my Patreon. If this is where we part, I'll see you next month. Bye for now.